Hey guys! So today we have a very interesting, unique combination of energetics going on. There is, on one hand, a very strong emphasis on the feminine, feminine energy, feminine archetypes, divine feminine, all that type of stuff. There may be a prominence in terms of like female feminine activity in the field today, in our life, in our experience. The black moon, Venus, the moon, all coming together today in the sign of Cancer. It doesn't get like much more of a stronger emphasis on the feminine energy than we have playing out today. On the other hand of things, on the other side of the table, we have Mars and Mercury in an exact square today. This is a very heated, contentious, challenging, aggressive, hostile energy. People may be looking for a fight today. We need to watch out for road rage. We need to watch out for like over identifying with our thoughts and feelings, or for allowing ourselves to be sort of wounded by the thoughts, the feelings, the opinions of other people. We really want to try to do our best to regulate our emotions today, but these two aspects in combination, there is something about the energy today that may be sort of making things known to us. People may be coming clean about some things, maybe inadvertently, maybe they don't even mean to, but things might be being exposed today. Secrets revealed, things that have been hidden from us sort of coming into exposure to us, and especially along the lines of relationships and finances. This might be going on today. There's also perhaps like a really strong air of rebelliousness and wanting our voice to be heard that is present in the chart today as well. So let's get into this. Let's talk about how this energy is playing out today as we are building towards this very crucial, critical conjunction that is coming up on the 31st between Mars, North Node, and Uranus in the sign of Taurus. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today is Tuesday, July 26th, 2022. My name is Aubrey, and this is your astrological outlook of the day. If you guys stick with me till the end of the report, I'm also going to be talking about some tarot cards that came out in conjunction with the astrology today, just to give us that more well-rounded overview of our energetic blueprint as it's playing out today from more than one modality. So we're going to look at that as well. But let's start with the astrology, you guys, as we always do. One day closer to this very big pending, like I said, critical and crucial conjunction that we have coming up at the end of this week, very beginning of next week on Sunday the 31st, Mars, Uranus, North Node coming together in the sign of Taurus. You guys have been listening to me like rattle on and on about this for weeks because it really is like a paradigm shifting activation transit that we have coming into play. And you know, it's already activated. It is not obviously at its most intense, like full fruition moment of conjunction, but this energy is definitely building, and we're going to be feeling it through at least the middle of August. But honestly, to be honest with you, like I said, this is one of those paradigm shifting aspects, and what is beginning now is going to create a wave or a ripple effect that is really going to be carrying us throughout the rest of this paradigm. This is when we look back in history, we will be able to see that around this time, you know, summer of 2022, that was when the big changes really started happening, or the things began to happen that caused the big changes to really start happening. And of course, those changes are along the lines of an individual, but also collective return to authenticity, return to truth, return to like the organic mechanisms of growth for things. We are going through a point right now where universe is really realigning things from us, removing anything that is not in alignment with our authentic truth, that is not supportive of the development and the cultivation of the talent and potential that we have within us, so that we can truly like activate our destiny, rise into our highest potential, and create and attract a life that is so much more fulfilling and has so much more purpose, and at the end of the day is just, you know, creates a more productive experience in this realm, in this reality, in this life at this point in time. And you know, the transition into the age of Aquarius, this is the age of self-enlightenment, self-knowledge, self-empowerment, self-mastery, co-creation with God and universe, as we all learn to fill our own vessel, the water bearer, and pour out that galactic energy, that galactic potential into the collective stream, where it can feed the overall, the greater good, and fill a void that would have always been lacking if not for the activation of our personal potential. So we are in some critical times right now, you guys. We are definitely going through a shift of the ages, and it is being reflected back to us in terms of all of the transits and activations that are ongoing at this point in time. And today is another one of those days. We have some very, like I said, like an interesting fusion of energy going on. And sort of like general themes, like I said, there's something about us kind of maybe like being on the hunt for something today. A lot of very primal energy in the field, revealing something, things, something coming clean, or something, someone or some situation sort of coming clean to us. And ultimately, I feel like the underlying urge today may be represented through like this desire to rebel and also a fight for our voice to be heard in one way or another along some lines of something that is going on in our experience. But anyways, let's get into it. First of all, one of the reasons why I'm saying that we may be on the hunt for something today, first of all, the position of the sun itself, 4 degrees of Leo, that Sabian symbol is a man formally dressed, stands near trophies he brought back from a hunting expedition. So we have the sun discharging this degree, specifically talking about being on the hunt for something that we perceive to be valuable. And then we're also talking about Venus, the black moon, the moon coming into a conjunction in the sign of Cancer. Now, I'm going to talk a lot more about this as I get into my little monologue about Venus and the black moon today, but this is definitely an energy, and also with Mercury in the square to Mars, that really, really may have us pursuing our desires today and sort of using any means necessary to kind of go in that direction. Again, like really maybe rebelling against our duties, our obligations, our responsibilities, you know, specifically maybe in terms of like the home and the family and the caregiver realms of experience in life, in pursuit of something that like makes us feel like we're living our best life, or like in pursuit of something that like we are really desiring, or some, also it could be some type of relationship situation or some type of financial situation. But anyways, those type of things, we maybe just find ourselves like having a very strong, more like primal urge or primal desire to sort of seek out after something today and sort of obtain it, capture it, and make it our own. But anyways, that being said, let's talk more about this alignment. Now, Venus and the black moon are not exact. The exact alignment conjunction will happen tomorrow, but they're only 1 degree off today. Venus is at 11 degrees of Cancer. The black moon is at 12 degrees of Cancer. The moon will be right there, 11 degrees of Cancer, 11, 12 degrees of Cancer as well. And this is just like, oh my gosh, feminine energy, female energy, super prominent in the field today. And this is because, first of all, we're talking about Venus and we're talking about the black moon. This represents both sides of the feminine, and they're together, they're united, they're aligned, they're joined. And then we're also talking about the moon ruling the mother archetype. This is, you know, the ultimate sort of in the feminine energy as well, another version, another dimension of the feminine archetype. And then we are also, you guys, talking about this happening in the sign of Cancer, which is also ruled by the moon, which is also represented by the feminine, ruling the mother. So we have Venus, the feminine, black moon, the feminine, the moon, the feminine, Cancer, the feminine, all of these things like coming together, same alignment in this sign, huge emphasis on just the female realms of stuff today, female people, female individuals, female energy, divine feminine energy, toxic femininity as well. That's something else that we will talk about, but just across the board, there may be a prominence on women doing things, going places, like being in charge, like being prominent, having issues. Like it just may be women that are sort of like the central focal point of stuff in whatever is playing out for us today, because of this extreme prominence on the feminine themes that are coming through. Also, these 3 bodies coming together in the sign of Cancer this is also like representing to me an integration of all aspects essentially of the feminine energy, and as a result of that, a very strong and powerful opportunity for some true healing to go on in terms of the feminine energy, the divine feminine energy, any distortions of feminine energy that we have going on within us. This is sort of a good day to gain an awareness of those and actually be able to sort of, and also our subconscious programming and stuff as well, but also, you know, through this awareness that we are gaining, be able to come into some type of healing through self-acceptance and self-love happening in the sign of Cancer with the moon there, with Venus. This is sort of like an ability today, or just sort of like an organic ongoing that is allowing us to embrace our darker emotions, the darker sides of ourselves. Again, maybe the more toxic or just negative emotions that we have been holding within us, representing, the shadow side issues in the black moon energy, just the darker sides of ourselves generally, and an ability to face, these raw, real aspects of our character and dimensions of our psyche and of our being. And through, this Cancer placement, this moon there as well, Venus there, like really embrace this and be able to accept it and like infuse it with some love, like some self-love and self-acceptance, really helping us to integrate, release, and become more empowered in our femininity through, and I'm not just talking, this applies to men and women as well. It's not just about like the woman aspect of things. We're talking about divine feminine energy, divine feminine, divine masculine. We all have both. The feminine energy, this is where we receive. Generally, this is our ability to be receptive to things in life, and this is also how we give and receive like love, affection, care, and all that type of stuff. It's also how we open ourselves to abundance and receiving pleasure and just experiencing like the beauty in life and stuff like that. But the divine feminine, the feminine archetypes, the feminine energy, very highlighted today. And through this combination of planets, also an ability to, like I said, like release, heal, overcome, integrate, and actually become more empowered in that dimension, in that aspect of our nature, because of an ability to sort of accept and to integrate and also to purge, release, clear in this energy as well. But generally, black moon, Venus, moon together in the sign of Cancer, this is going to be a very like wild and primal energy, strongly sexual energy, strongly creative energy, very strongly receptive energy as well. Intuition, very strong and powerful today. And it is, like I said just a minute ago, it's sort of like this combination is working to empower the feminine. And that is also why we may see a prominence in terms of like females and female energy and sort of like female like type of stuff taking a prominence today, because this is just a recipe for some type of empowerment along the lines of the feminine energy. But on the other hand, like I said, this also puts an emphasis on the darker sides of the feminine, on this toxic femininity, because we can't fool ourselves. Like if there's toxic masculinity, there's also toxic femininity. There is a real way that the feminine energy and the feminine archetype can be distorted, which is represented a lot of times by the black moon energy, rooted in fears and insecurities and worries, doubts, negative subconscious programming, stuff like that. But it can also, this energy sort of put an emphasis on this distortion. But of course, as with all black moon energy, any of this that is coming up today is coming up to help us gain a conscious awareness so that we can sort of infuse it with this love energy and this acceptance and release, heal, and use it as a mechanism to come into a greater form of self-empowerment and wholeness within ourselves. However, the first part of that process may be needing to gain an awareness of it, which could definitely be one of the reasons why the darker sides of the feminine may also sort of be running wild today as well. Now, this is very much Venus, the black moon, and also with the moon together as well. This is like that femme fatale type of energy for sure. Highly seductive, like I said, like highly sexual, using sort of femininity or charisma or charm or seduction to get what you want out of people. Can be very self-serving energy. That's another reason, why I said we may be like sort of on the hunt for something today. This is sort of, using our ability to like manipulate or to use that sexual energy or to use that like charisma and that charm to obtain what we want, to get what we want, to go after our prey, like to captivate our audience in one way or another in order to achieve our purposes. And again, this may be along the lines of like money, love, relationships, stuff like that. Highly seductive energy can be very self-serving, as I said. Also, though, this brings up, I said in the beginning, like there may be something going on today that is revealing some things to us that maybe have been hidden from us. And I'm saying this because Venus and the black moon together with the moon there as well, also in the sign of Cancer, this puts an emphasis on, like forbidden or secretive or mysterious or hidden things going on in relationships, or in the sign of Cancer, going on within the home or going on within the family. So things may be coming out today, things may be coming up, things may be sort of exploding out as well with the Mars Mercury square still going on. See, that's the thing, and we haven't gotten to that aspect of the energy yet, but we have this side of things with this emphasis on this very deep emotional energy that may be sort of rising to the surface, exposing some things for us today, helping us to gain an awareness of maybe some of our own issues, but also this like wild primal energy that may have us really sort of wanting to rebel against our normal, like I said, duties, responsibilities, obligations, and sort of like seek out what can like soothe our soul, or make us feel alive, or make us feel like some type of pleasure or desire that we need to, again, like soothe us in some type of a way, or make us feel sort of more in control of our internal environment or what's going on inside of us. But with Mercury and Mars in a square as well, this is like explosion, verbal explosion. Like this is like not being able to contain the thoughts and the ideas and the feelings and the like anger or the repressed emotions that have been going on inside of us, and just sort of, sort of like looking for a fight and needing our voice to be heard and using words as weapons, and really like projecting maybe like some of these repressed anger or hostility or aggression going on inside of us onto the people around us in our lives. And when we combine that with this black moon energy that's also going on, which also has a tendency of triggering our issues, it's like some things just may be coming out today. Like we may be inadvertently revealing some things, or some things may be inadvertently being revealed to us through an inability to control a temper, or an inability to, think before we speak, or control what's coming out of our mouth. And with the black moon and Venus and the moon together, perhaps revealing some of these hidden things to us. Like it's possible that through some demonstration of anger or rage, something slips out that maybe had been hidden from us, that, changes up things in some type of way, or even also could contribute to more of this like tense, angry energy or triggered energy that we have going on as well. So these two aspects are really sort of playing off of each other in a very interesting way today. But back to talking about the black moon, Venus, the moon together in the sign of Cancer. Like I said, this could also have to do or manifest in terms of just like needing or wanting to sort of get away, and creating a tendency maybe to be more like neglectful, or just even kind of a little bit ruthless in terms of dealing with duties, obligations, responsibilities, specifically in regards to home, family, mothering, in pursuit of some type of freedom to be wild and free and experience some type of like needed pleasure in one way or another. So that is how I feel like this Venus black moon energy is playing out. Rebellious, pleasure seeking energy very much as well. This is also like sex for money, material possessions, like prostitution and stuff like that really can come up when we have Venus and the black moon together, because it's like using the feminine energy, like the feminine beauty, the ability to charm in order to get what we want, like in order to meet our needs or serve our desires. So with the moon there as well, that's also this emotional alignment. So we have all that going on today on one hand, and the black moon also is about rebellion and breaking free from the expectation for us in order to pursue like a deeper truth, or express like a deeper urge. So if you're feeling any type of ways along these lines today, like this is just what is being represented in the energy. And the problem is that we also have this Mars Mercury square going on, which can just really add an extra layer of triggeringness to things and just make this whole situation like kind of combustible. But again, it is also providing an opportunity for some things perhaps to be coming out for us today. Now, let's talk again about Mercury in a conjunction to Mars, or in a square to Mars. We talked about this yesterday, but these two planets, especially in fixed signs, this is very touchy, irritable energy, like any type of communication today may be perceived as a challenge to some people as this energy is unfolding, and people are just likely to be very set off very easily in the energy that we have playing out today and yesterday. This energy was also very present yesterday, and it's just a very hot and heated energy, especially with the sun in Leo and also Mercury in the sign of Leo. This also, and I was saying this yesterday, can create a scenario where we are sort of like attaching our ego a lot more so than we usually do to our ideas, to our thoughts, to our opinions, to our beliefs about things. And if people are like having a problem with our thoughts or sort of criticizing our thoughts or attacking our ideas or attacking our beliefs, we can take that as sort of like a personal attack on ourselves, and it can create like a very just hostile, eruptive, like not so great reaction. So we want to try our best today to not overly identify with our thoughts and not allow the thoughts and the ideas of others to sort of feel like any type of personal attack going on that is like being, sort of sent in our direction. Like we kind of want to have an ability to temper out what's going on within us today, temper out our feelings, temper out our emotions, and not take, what people are saying or how people are reacting today as something that is like truly representative of our status in life or like of our quality of character of human being and stuff like that. Like we just don't want to take what other people are saying, other people's criticisms and stuff too much to heart in such a way that it causes us to act out aggressively in ways that maybe are like contradictory to our best interest. We definitely don't want to go looking for fights, looking for battles in this energy, even though people are likely to be sort of looking for a fight. And like I said, projection is very strong. This is a very accident prone energy. If you're sort of feeling very impulsive or very rash or very just like heated and like sort of rushing through things, you kind of want to slow down. Be careful with hot objects, be careful with sharp objects, be careful with, hands and driving and stuff like that, because, when we're not paying attention, when we're not being careful, when we are sort of like unconsciously being driven by some type of negative anger or hostility or rage or aggression going on within us, causing us to take some type of rash action or something like that, it can translate into accidents and stuff in a Mercury square Mars energy going on as well. Also road rage, that type of stuff, very palpable in the field today as well. And in the signs of Leo and Taurus, where Mars is right now, again, this could be like fights over resources, money, values, projects, finances, relationships, partnerships, food stuff, like material goods, material possessions, like stuff to do with like the house, the home, the family, also things that we are creating, children also being ruled by Leo with Mercury in the sign of Leo, or what we desire, what we're passionate about, and what we are like sort of putting our energy into protecting or creating at this point in time. These are all the type of things that may be sort of primed in the field today for what is causing these fights. And also with Uranus, North Node, Mars coming together right now, obviously on the 31st that we're building towards in the sign of Taurus. This is just ground shaking stuff, you guys. Like this is ground shifting stuff. Like this is upheaval to the foundations of things. This is an earth sign, Taurus. This rules the ground that we're standing on. This is the foundations under our feet. This is the structures that we build to like support our material like abundance and comfort and pleasure in this world. This is things growing from the earth, things coming from the ground. This is food, comfort, partnerships, finances, money. Like these are the type of things that are likely to be undergoing some major shifts, lifestyle, like that type of stuff over this next period of time after and as we are building into this Uranus-Mars North Node conjunction. But everything is sort of being leveled back into alignment with authentic truth and what is necessary for some type of genuine organic growth along the lines of like developing into the actual true potential of something is being supported with this energy. So all this stuff going on today as we move towards that. And I do feel like today it could be a bit of a heavier day, you guys. We could be very triggered, but there are revelations that may come through whatever's going on. And we just want to try to maintain some type of like peace and balance within us emotionally in the face of whatever may be really like setting us off today, or I don't know, just like getting under our skin in one way or another. In terms of Sabian symbols that we have playing out today, I already said the position of the sun. The man formally dressed stands near trophies he brought back from a hunting expedition. Yes, like we may be going after and getting what we want today, and we just want to make sure, that we are doing it through transparent methods and not through some type of like secret or hidden motive, because those are the type of things that are also likely to be exposed in this energy as well. But Mars and Mercury, this is another thing that we should talk about. The square is happening at 15 degrees of Leo and Taurus. 15 Taurus is a man with a rakish silk hat, muffled against the cold, braves a storm. And Mercury, 15 Leo, a pageant, moving along a street packed with people. Considering the nature of Mercury and Mars in a square together, I am recommending with these two planets at these 2 degrees that we kind of try to like avoid crowds today, maybe avoid like very high traffic areas, because this is referencing some type of storm that is brewing in the context of these aspects. So like accidents and storms could be something that is just sort of more prominent today going throughout the day. And this is definitely referencing a pageant moving along a street packed with people, like people sort of distracted by something, all grouped together in one place, maybe not paying attention to what's going on, and then maybe some type of like storm or just thing that happens that sort of maybe, and we are also talking about like repressed anger, repressed rage. Like I would just avoid big crowds and places where there's just like high densities of people going on today based on the symbolism. And with Mars at this degree and also Uranus and the North Node together in the sign of Taurus, I do feel like we are entering a period right now where we could see some very strong and powerful storms going on. Again, that sort of like cause a lot of damage or destruction, or sort of like shake the foundation of things, like shake the very earth that we're standing on. Also like electrical storms with Uranus, tornadoes, hurricanes, fires, definitely fires as well with Mars being in proximity. But there could also be some news that we are receiving today that is not something that we want to hear, or just some news that is like featuring perhaps maybe some awareness that is being shown on like the darker sides of the feminine issues. That could also be something that is coming up today. Or again, this prominence on females, maybe some type of like fight or argument going on between like females. I don't know, like these type of things. But Mars and Mercury in the square, this is also just like there could be some headlines about like war or fights or battles or aggression or weapons or stuff like that is coming through with the way this is playing out as well. But the last thing that I really wanted to say today, the position of the black moon, which is significant right now, right? Because we have this conjunction Venus, moon, black moon today, and tomorrow actually Venus will be at this specific degree in conjunction with the black moon. So this energy is actually going to carry through tomorrow as well, although today is definitely going to be the emphasis with the moon there as well. But that degree, 12 degrees of Cancer where the black moon is a Chinese woman nursing a baby whose aura reveals him to be the reincarnation of a great teacher. So with this being the placement of the black moon for this activation that we have today and tomorrow as well, I feel like what we are birthing through this process holds like powerful and timeless wisdom that is sort of being revealed to us. Now, I should probably also mention the degree of the South Node right now as well in the context of what we have playing out today. That Sabian symbol is a woman drawing aside 2 dark curtains that close the entrance to a sacred pathway. This is also reminding me, this is the South Node. This is what we are releasing. This is what we are moving away from. We are moving away from the dark curtains that close the entrance to this sacred pathway that were keeping us from being able to see the truth about something. And that is also, I feel like, what is being represented in this black moon Venus conjunction that we have playing playing out today as well. Also with Mercury in square to Mars. I mean, Mercury is in the sign of Leo, the sign of the light. The sun is also in the sign of Leo, like the sign of the sun. There is some type of light or some type of clarity that is coming through. It may be coming through in a kind of destructive or aggressive or hostile way, but there are secrets being revealed right now, you guys. And we also got the High Priestess in reverse yesterday for one of the cards that came out in our tarot reading as well. And with that coming out yesterday, this progression of energy, the South Node at this degree, and all of this Black Moon stuff that we have going on, and the square between Mercury and Mars, I do feel like that degree is sort of quite representative of what might be coming to fruition as this energy plays out. So you guys, that is basically what I have to say in terms of the astrology for today as it is coming out. Let's now get into the tarot for a minute. Let's talk about the tarot cards that came out for today. Quite an interesting message that we had yet again. Got a few cards coming out. Really interesting. Okay, so the first card that we had coming out is the Eight of Wands. This is a card of things happening quickly. This is a card of, usually the Eight of Wands represents like receiving some type of communication, like something coming towards us, like something quickly coming through the airwaves. You know, these wands are sort of jutting or flying just like through the air very quickly. And so a lot of times this can represent some type of like information or communication or inspiration or something that is rapidly approaching. The next card that we had coming out really represents a lot of the same idea. We had the Knight of Wands as well. So we have this card about something is about to be happening quickly, and the Knight of Wands. This is a messenger card. The Knights are all messenger cards, so we might be receiving some type of information relatively soon that really like fires us up or inspires us about something, or that we are very passionate about. Maybe we are carrying a message that we are very passionate about, that we need to get out and that we need to communicate, something along those lines. But that is what these first two cards are basically indicating. This also has to do with our passions and like very assertively, like with fervor, moving in a direction towards something. These are talking about quickly and with like tenacity and passion and fervor, moving towards something. What are we moving towards? The next card that came out, you guys, was the Moon in reverse. Now, if this Moon card had been upright, we would have been talking about moving towards some type of mystery or some type of confusion or some type of thing that is just not clear to us, or some type of subconscious fear that is rising in our psyche. But with it in reverse, this is actually talking about, and you know, these being fire signs as well, the Moon in reverse, this is talking about something coming clear to us, something being exposed, some type of fear, subconscious fear, psychic fear based on something we haven't been able to see, something that's been in the dark being illuminated or being exposed to us. So this is a clearing of the mystery. This is a clearing of the illusion and the fears that are represented in the dark, in the places that we can't see. So when we put these three cards together, like there is something rapidly approaching that is going to be dispelling some fears, breaking some illusions, shining some light, and helping us to see the truth about stuff, sort of alleviating the mystery. And then the next two cards that we had coming out were Temperance and the Page of Pentacles. And then we had the Judgment card on the back of the deck. And so ultimately, you guys, like what I feel like this is saying in the progression of these two cards, it's like whatever we're discovering, whatever we're finding out, whatever fear we're conquering, or whatever we're figuring out was in the shadows, but since we are shining the light on it, you know, we're realizing it's not anything that we actually even need to be afraid of. And it's been having more power and control over us than maybe we realized. But the light of awareness takes the power away from these subconscious fears, these subconscious forces. And what is it doing? It's creating actually a sense of, first of all, this is healing. Temperance is a card of healing, but it's also like inner balance, right? It's tempering things out within us. It's creating a state of, you know, just a more even keel, like inner peace, inner balance that is leading to an opportunity for us to really start something new, to go in a new direction, to sort of seize the day and look at, sort of what we have within us through fresh eyes. This is a Page of Pentacles. This is a more younger, more youthful energy. We're sort of being re-inspired to look at our potential and what we can create with it and the resources that we hold within us and how we can use those to sort of go in a new direction, and maybe like having us ponder like the truth of like our genuine value and our talent and our gifts and our abilities and our ability to sort of see them as like, us sort of like holding the world in the palm of our hand, like having all of this potential available to us based on this newly established sense of like inner peace, inner balance, inner truth, inner healing that goes on as a result of coming face to face with maybe our own darkness, or seeing what's been hidden in the shadows and therefore no longer being afraid of it, or learning the truth about something that we have been letting control us in one way or another. And it is because of some type of something that is coming quickly towards us that is like putting this ball in motion. And then with the Judgment card on the back of the deck, it's like this entire process is sort of like causing us to like wake up and see the light and hear the trumpets. It's like a rebirth. It's a resurrection of our soul and our spirit and our psyche and our physicality as well. And it's an alignment and an infusion also with our higher selves and with the divine, sort of getting in alignment with the frequencies of our higher truth and being able to hear them and respond to them. And also, this Temperance card is sort of representing a lot of these same themes and archetypes. Like we are going through this process of overcoming our fears, and what it's really doing is empowering us as well to sort of activate our destiny and put our crown back on our head. And then also, the Judgment card, it's like this rebirth process that is being emphasized through whatever changes or whatever is coming to us, whatever is rapidly approaching us. That is the thing that is helping us to overcome these fears, or to overcome this illusion, or to see the truth of things that have been hidden from us, which is helping us to go through this process of inner healing and recreating some type of inner balance, inner stability within us that is bringing these opportunities to us, that is realigning us with our authentic truth, our authentic potential, that is putting us in the situation of recreating ourselves and going through this rebirth in alignment with our higher truth. And then it's really interesting because the progression of cards after that came out on the bottom of the deck, and we're not going to go through all of these, but after this rebirth, after this judgment, after this resurrection into like essentially like the new, but also the original form of ourselves, it's like we are pondering the next phase. We are pondering Two of Wands, like what we're going to do next, okay? And then we receive this divine inspiration and we go on this new journey based on this recreation of ourselves and the passion that is being reignited within us. And we come into our power. We're willing to work for it, but because we're willing to work for it, because we're willing to take this risk, because we're willing to go on this new journey based on this newly ignited passion within us that is representative of coming back into alignment with our original organic self. This is very self-empowering, and it really puts us on the throne in our own world, in our own universe. We are the king of our own kingdom. We are the commander of our own ship as a result of this process on this new journey that we are taking. And the last card was the Wheel of Fortune, that is really just changing everything for us. The hand of God, like the tables are turning, and it is setting us up on our feet in a way that is going to be much more fulfilling and much more of just a beautiful experience going forward in alignment with activating destiny, our true destiny, our highest potential, and the like beautiful experience, like I said, that is a reflection of going through that process and manifesting that type of life experience. And that's where we're all headed, you guys, be it this life experience or the next one, but over the course of the next 2,000 years, that is the trajectory for humanity according to our cosmic blueprint. So that's what we got to say today, you guys, in terms of the tarot card message that came out. Another one that is just like, I feel like quite a powerful message at this point in time, but it would need to be in the context of where we're at right now in the galactic clock. the universal timing and the cycles that are unfolding right now. So let's grab one more card, you guys, and here it is. Came flying out for us today. Very interesting. And it says you will be guided, and that again coming back to the Judgment card, our higher self, and the Wheel of Fortune that we had on the back of the deck as well. You will be guided. It says sent his angel to show the things which shortly must be done. Revelation 22:6. This is also reminding me of the Temperance card. After that fear, then we get this angel. We receive this angel to help us rebalance the things within us and to come to this place of inner peace and healing. And it literally says in this card, sent his angel and the things which shortly, to show the things which shortly must be done. So that, okay. Shortly, you will be shown the direction you should take. Wow, you guys, not to like pause again and reading this card, I'll read the whole thing again in a minute, but it says, shortly you will be shown the direction you should take. And the first two cards that we had coming out today were the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Like, quickly, happening fast, like not too much time. You will be shown the direction you will take. You will be shown the direction you should ride with like passion, strength, courage, tenacity, and fervor. Shortly, you will be shown the direction you should take. The way will open up for you to move forward. Forward movement. Seize the opportunity that comes to you. Oh my gosh. The opportunity that comes to you. Page of Pentacles. Know you are being divinely guided. We have the Judgment card, and we also have the Wheel of Fortune, and we also have Temperance. Listen to the voice within for guidance. Temperance. Listen to the voice within for guidance. So I'm sorry for reading it like that, but the tarot reading and the synchronicity card today to me are in exact alignment. So I'll read it one more time. It says, shortly you will be shown the direction you should take. The way will open up for you to move forward. Seize the opportunity that comes to you. Know you are being divinely guided. Listen to the voice within for guidance. And that's honestly tripping me out because that is like exactly what this progression of cards is showing, you know. Quickly, rapidly, you will be shown the direction, shown the way to go, and it's having to do with overcoming our fears, but seize the opportunity and the angel will be sent. You will be divinely guided. Like, it's all there. So that's what we have going on today, you guys. You will be guided. Some things may be coming out, some things may be being exposed that actually help us to overcome some fears that have been holding us back or keeping us out of our power in some type of a way. It may happen through some more hostile or aggressive or explosive means or mechanisms today. We don't want to go looking for a fight. We don't want to get ourselves involved in unnecessary drama. If we are feeling, you know, this repressed anger or rage within us, we really want to try to like write or, you know, just have a conversation with the air or, you know, get those feelings out in a way that is not projecting them or taking them out on some innocent bystander, okay? Especially in regards to home and family and children for sure, with these Cancer, Leo themes also being highlighted today. So that's what I have to say, you guys. Message from the stars, message from the cards. I hope you guys liked it. I hope that I was able to provide something for you that can give you just a little bit of whatever you're needing as you go through your day today. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys did like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends if you think that they would like this kind of content, be interested in this type of stuff too. Leave me comments, you guys. I am so grateful for you being here. I love your comments so much. I really appreciate the feedback. Thank you so much again for being a part of this journey with me. I have a Facebook page, a Facebook group, a website, and some other social media stuff. Those are in my description box below. And come back with me tomorrow, you guys. We are going to be, again, like one day closer to this major powerhouse, very climactic transit that is building. And we're just going to have more energy to talk about. We are also coming very, very close to our new moon in Leo that is going to be happening on the 28th. So I will be here. You should be here too. You don't want to miss it. And I will see you then, guys. Have a beautiful day. And until tomorrow, bye.